Hello beautiful humans, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Mack. I am a nutrition coach and a co-host of the In Situ Health and Fitness podcast. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I use Notion, and in particular this Notion planner that I have created to help me keep track of my yearly goals, my monthly goals, my daily tasks, my mental health, and my habits that I'm trying to build. So let's start to learn how we can use Notion to help us achieve our health, fitness, organization, productivity goals. Okay, so the first thing that you guys are going to need to do is go to the description in this video and hit the very first link so that you can get your own copy of this Notion template. Once you hit the link, in the top right hand corner, there is going to be a button that says something along the lines of duplicate or try this template or add to your Notion. You want to hit that button so you can add it to your own Notion so that you can make this your own. Once you have done that, this is where you're going to land every single day. Now, you guys can change the cover photo. I don't know. I just like things to feel clean, so hence I have this random color. But this is going to be pretty much your dashboard every day. So at first glance, it looks pretty boring, right? But then we have these little toggles up the top, which is today. And then we have planning. So let's start with today. In an ideal world, every day you would come here and check in, and you would do that by hitting the new button, adding today's date, which is actually the 27th of February. I don't know when this video is going to go out, so you add today's date, and then you'll notice there's a daily plan. So I've got a little check-in section where you can add your morning thoughts. How can I make today better than yesterday? That is my favorite question for reflection, and something I am grateful for. And then we have our schedule for time blocking. I'm an absolute huge advocate for time blocking especially if you have a busy lifestyle, to get all of the things that you want to get done in a day. So this is pretty straightforward. You could just add in like wake up, and then what do we go? Walk the dogs, digs. Walk the dogs. I have 2 dogs, so I need to walk both of them, etc., etc. And you can, like, if you want to, you could hit this little button on the edge here and color it. So walking the dogs is a certain color, and then like once you get to the office, like maybe we can make all office 9 a.m. meeting, etc. All office things blue, and it will just be a lot easier for you to look at, more aesthetic, feel more organized. I don't know. The world's your oyster. You can make this your own. And then once you've filled out your schedule for the day, we have a tasks list. So we have like quick ticks, which is a Grace Beverly idea. Yeah, idea. Where you pretty much put things in that are going to take you 5 minutes. So like reply to Karen might be a quick tick. And then bigger things that you might have for the day, or the non-negotiables that you'll get done today, will be like work for 45 minutes on new project. I don't know. I always spell minutes wrong, honestly. There we go. And that will be your to-do list for the day. And then you can tick them off as you go, and it will cross them out. So that is pretty much ideally where I hang out for most of the day. You can put it in full page view so that you can just keep it as a tab and easily come back to it to tick off your things and to check your schedule. So you can keep these as long as you want. I usually delete mine at the end of the week if I don't need them, or I go through them and see the tasks that I didn't get done, and then I note them down to do the coming week. Okay, so then once we come back to the dashboard page, we also have a little checkout section, an evening checkout section. And this is more of the health and fitness aspect of the planner, I suppose. So we have a little section on sleep where it asks you a few questions about your sleep hygiene, and then a little section on movement, just for you to become aware of like what kind of movement are you doing enough, etc. Nutrition, a little section for you to add the foods that you ate if that is something you're interested in, and then just some awareness questions to help you stay on track with hitting the common nutrition areas that I think people, myself included, struggle with. And then lastly, we have a little section on mindset. Did I manage my mental and physical energy well today? Do I have any small wins for the day? Tomorrow I want to work on blah. That's pretty much the gist of that. It shouldn't take you too long to fill out at all. And I think it's just really valuable for you to keep track and stay on track with your progress, not just professionally, but also your physical health and your mental health as well. So that is pretty much everything that comes under the today toggle. The next toggle we have over is the planning section. Now, the daily planning and the evening checkout pretty much are just there to be a storage space for the ones that you create over here. So you don't actually have to go into them or use them. They're mostly so that there is a place for the data to go if you're interested in that at all. And then we have the weekly planning section. So we're going to go new and we're going to create a new week. Let's say starting, it doesn't really matter if you put the date, but it also helps you keep track, I guess. 2024. Okay, so this is the week commencing on the 26th. And then you just put in like what your main goal is and 3 things that you're going to do to achieve that goal. And I have that down for work and for personal life as well. And then under that, we have my week overview, and it's just an overview of like, you might put in like the appointments that you have, social events that you have, the days you're taking exercise classes, whatever it is. Whatever you feel like putting in there, you can put in there. And then it will collect your weeks as well. You can delete them, keep them, whatever floats your boat. Under weekly planning, we have a weekly reflection, of course. So same deal by adding the week that the date the week ends in. You could just add a little title if you want to make it more like a journal entry, like a title of how you feel like your week went. I don't know. Summer fun. You know what I mean? Something like that. So in weekly reflection, we have a biggest accomplishment, something that I learned, what I did to bring myself closer to my goal, what I could have done better. Did I stick to my habits? There is a habit tracking section where we'll get to that. Do I need to adjust my habits? A very valuable question. And my favorite ideas from the week. I think I really like that question because we also often breeze over the ideas that we have. So this is a great way to just keep track of things, and then maybe you can come back later and check out the cool ideas that you had. I don't know. Now, what are we up to? Monthly goals. Same situation. We just put the month and the year. So let's go February 2024. And then we have just like 3 goals for each section is usually what I try to stick to, but you guys can do whatever you like. And then ideally at the end of the month, you would come back here and you can tick off your goals. Or what I like to do is I come back here at the beginning of every week just to remind myself what my goals are and what I need to do in my daily tasks to maybe help me progress further towards my monthly goals. Does that make sense? I wish you guys could give me feedback as I record this because that would be so much more fun. Maybe I should do a live one. That would be cool. Okay, yearly goals. So my yearly goals will be like the big overarching goal. And then usually what I'll do is when I go through my monthly goals, which we were just in. So when I go through my monthly goals, I will come back to my yearly goals and just check to make sure that my monthly goals are going to reflect what it is that I want to achieve through the year. And then when I do my weekly planning, I go back to my monthly goals and make sure that my week is going to reflect what my monthly plan is. So it's sort of like building blocks. The year is the big base one, and then we build the monthly one on top of that, and then the weekly one on top of that, and then success or something. I don't know. I'll let you know when I figure it out. So that's pretty much what's in both of the toggles. Now, the other thing that is very important and probably my favorite aspect of the whole planner is the habit tracking section. I'm an absolute fiend for habit tracking. I think it is very valuable, and especially valuable when you can see the analytics to how you are going with sticking to your habits. Exhibit A. Yeah, Exhibit A. So basically, what I have done is chosen 4 habits and made them into these little cards so that when I go into the calendar, which is on the dashboard, I can press the little plus button in the left-hand corner and it will create a new card for that day in the calendar. And if I have drank 2 liters of water, gotten up at 5 a.m., read my book, and done a workout, I will have a 100% completion rate, which is the most. This completion rate is the most satisfying thing I've ever found in Notion. So, and then you can see like the history for each month in the calendar, but it gets better. It gets better. Under the calendar, I have a little analytics part for my habit completion rate. So I have each of my habits here, and it gives me a percentage and a cute little ring that I chose a color for, which shows me how well I have done with my habits. So depending on how many days I have added a habit section into my calendar will depend on what the percentage is in relation to me ticking off the habit as well. Isn't that freaking cool? So pretty much it shows me how well I'm sticking to my water goal, my getting up at 5 a.m. goal, my reading goal, and my workout goal. And this is just such an easy way for you to see if you are actually sticking to your habits, because often it's all good to keep a habit tracker in your notes app or something like that, but then you follow it for the week and then you delete it, or it just ends up at the bottom of the notes app and you're not really taking on any data to see how and where you need to improve, or if you need to maybe alter your habits. And then it has the total success rate for my overall habits altogether. So I think that you could use this as a pivoting point, if you are really struggling to stick to the habit of drinking 2 liters of water. Maybe you need to change the habit. Say you're getting like 25%, right, for the habit of drinking water this month. That's pretty low. Maybe you need to change the habit of water or change the way you go about getting that habit. So maybe you need to commit to getting a liter before 10 a.m. Or maybe you need to change your habit to 1.5 liters until you get the flow of that. And then you could up it to 2 liters of water. Anyway, this isn't a habit video, but I just love habits so much. This is a planner, Notion tour video. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys in today's video about the planner. It's pretty simple. I tried to keep it as basic and straightforward as possible because I think that there's like a lot of Notion templates that get very confusing, and that just makes it harder for consistency and using it for the long term. So if you guys have any questions at all about how to use any of the features in the planner or how to use anything in Notion in general, do not hesitate to ask me either in the comments below, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram. My handle is @Mack. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it with a friend. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because it does help us reach more people. The more of you that subscribe, the more people we can help, the more organized humans and healthy humans there will be on the planet. And that is just our overarching goal, really, to help you all be happy, healthy, and live a long life. So I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.